Welcome to Out of the Park, the podcast show where four guys have four different opinions and it's all on sports. Today, sadly, it's the last show, and unfortunately, Anthony couldn't make it, so it's just three of us. I'm Vincent Garcia, Ryan Osborn, and Josh Lopez for the second week in a row.
What's up, guys?
And who knows, might be our permanent partner for the winter.
Hey,
In fact, we are planning, but it's not official yet. We are planning on coming here in the winter during football and basketball season, which is a perfect time. I mean, the summer is good because of baseball, a lot going on. Now the Olympics this year. But just if you think the show's over, it's not over yet. We still have an opportunity.
We may have some time, during the semester too, depending on how our schedules work out. It could be maybe even bi-weekly, so it's like once every other week.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
that would work out
good.
a lot better.
I see with the other classes how they allow us to be in here,
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So we'll work out the schedule later.
Yeah, but it's been a long summer, but it has gone quick though, and I really enjoyed this summer.
Lots of fun.
But let's save the sad words and the tears for last. So the Olympics have officially started. They started last Friday, and Ryan said last week that the opening ceremony was going to be a little risque. I thought it would be worse, depending on your judgment.
Yeah, they were projecting it to be a lot more carnival oriented, but it looks like they kind of scrapped a couple things for national television.
Yeah, it's no surprise.
Yeah, and
American television.
No. Yeah, NBC pick and chose what they wanted to air.
Yeah, and then Italy probably got lucky with some stuff.
Don't forget Mexico; they got lucky too.
Mexico gets lucky. I know exactly. It's like anything that's not United States gets lucky with a little carnival, little the risque, but we get the
We get the PG. Everyone gets like the rated R version.
Yeah, because it's natural.
Unless you're in Russia, then you get the NC-17.
Oh God, yes. So the ceremonies, it was really interesting. I did like it. It was like it was. I really enjoyed it, and I think it was better than London, to be honest, because it was very because the reason why. Rio is very tropical, and when you have a country that's very tropical, their ceremony is going to be tropical, and it's kind of like catches your attention, with the animals and the trees and the ocean. It just flows good, and it just like gives you that good vibe, that good tropical vibe, like you just want to go on vacation for the summer.
And one of the great things that they covered this year that we also saw in Sochi in 2014 is that they covered the entire nation's history.
Yes.
So they started out with the indigenous people, then they went to the Portuguese, the Japanese, and then all the way up to now, and it's, you saw the different combinations of cultures. They went from, classical Brazilian music, Latino music, to Brazilian rap. Yeah. And then they had that chopping up in between each other and trying to mesh that. And it's like they tried to cover the entire history and culture of Brazil, as opposed to London, which nobody knew what that was.
Yes, exactly.
But Sochi, they also did that too, where you saw the indigenous people, you saw, everybody who migrated over to Moscow, and then the entire nation's history. They showed a little bit about the tundra that they have out towards the east. And, just seeing Brazil being able to pull off a more than 5-hour routine, you got to give them a lot of props, and they were able to work in their history very well.
Yeah, totally. And now you think about, just imagine how Tokyo's going to look.
Oh,
just imagine that history.
That's that's
samurai
warriors.
Yeah, that's
come on. There's a lot of anime manga to pull.
Life of Genji.
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli.
Samurais and stuff. Yeah,
the samurai, the emperors.
I'll look forward to Tokyo for sure. But not just Tokyo, but if LA did win 2024, which is everybody's saying is has the biggest chance of winning.
Well, I mean, they're going up against.
What would their ceremony be? Like seriously, what are we gonna have? NWA and Tupac in there or something?
Are we gonna have surfers too, or what?
Surfers? Yeah. No, we gotta put surfers.
Yeah. Well, it's going to start off, with the whole beach scene and everything.
Beach Boys?
But you gotta put the missions in.
Yeah, you gotta put the missions. You also have to put in some of the Chinese who came early.
Yes,
you have to put in the Gold Rush.
Mm-hmm.
And so, then towards the end, you'd have NWA and Tupac.
Or you're going to have the illegal immigrants 2 hour at it.
Oh, jeez. Who knows? No, who knows? You do have to put Mexican culture in there.
Yeah,
of course.
Big in Los Angeles and in Southern California.
I mean, the name Los Angeles is Spanish.
Exactly.
So it has to go in there. There's no way that you can't put that in there.
Yeah. Well, that's the opening ceremonies talk. So let's get to what has been going on. Of course, gymnastics won gold. Michael Phelps is still winning gold. He's got, is it his 21st gold or 21st total medal?
21st gold, 25 total medals.
25 total, yes. And who else won? Well, let's talk about the gold winners first.
You have
and
Ledecky,
then
Phelps.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to bring up Ledecky because I've had this talk with, ever since the Olympics started, I've been telling family members and friends about Katie Ledecky. Some of these people know who she is. Some of these people don't know who she is because they haven't paid attention. But I've been saying that this girl, in my opinion, like I said, 4 different opinions, I think if this girl can keep it up, if she continues and goes to every single Summer Olympic, because she's what is she, 18 or 19?
She's 19.
19, yes. And if she continues and keeps swimming just like how she is, I think she can beat Michael Phelps' medal record, to be honest.
I mean, 23, 27, 31?
Oh, she can do it.
Yeah.
I really think that this is the female version and the next Michael Phelps right here.
Yeah, and then you look at her breakaway power. That's the biggest thing about Katie Ledecky. She came onto the world center stage at the age of 16 when she was coming out of Maryland, just still in high school, and then she goes into the London Olympics, and she tears it up. Immediately wins the 1500, and she shattered the world record line. Mm-hmm. It was over 15 seconds that she killed it by.
Yeah.
So she was sent onto the world center stage, and then all of a sudden, within the past 3 years, world championships, world championship, once back to back, and then she goes to the Olympics. Her breakaway speed is amazing because you look at her; she's a long distance swimmer. Mm-hmm. By the age of 6 years old, she was already racing the 1500.
Yeah.
She's a long-distance swimmer who is trying to convert to a shorter distance, to the 200 and to the 400. And the thing is that when you saw her last night in prime time on NBC, she raced the 4x200 relay. She was behind when she jumped into the pool by a half a second.
Yeah.
And then she ended up pulling away by over 1.5 seconds. She just has this ability that once she gets into a rhythm, she's able to pull away from other sprinters by getting into that rhythm, making sure that her arms are in sync with her legs. And once she gets onto that home stretch, there's no one else who can beat her in the world.
Yeah, totally. So, like I said, I'll still stick to she can break the record. Do you think she can, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. She can.
She has the ability to break the record if she enters more events. Because
that's right
now she's only in 5 events total. And you look at Phelps in 2008, he was in 8 events. He went 8 for 8.
Yeah, and that's where he got the 8 medal record when he beat Mark Spitz.
Exactly. Yeah. So she has to start working on a lot more events total if she wants to be able to break Michael Phelps'
Because where is she in? She's in relay.
She's in the 4x200, the 4x400, the 400, and I believe the 800, and she was in the individual too.
Okay, yeah. All right, so there's our Katie Ledecky talk. Katie Ledecky, I'm sorry. I know, it's a little slur right there. I noticed too. Now, Michael Phelps, a lot of arguments. Is this the greatest Olympian? Josh?
That's a tough one.
Because you can argue Jesse Owens. But Jesse Owens was probably the first, American Olympian icon. Now it's Michael Phelps, a swimmer. So we went from sprinter or a track star to a swimming star. So it just gets you thinking maybe is Michael Phelps the greatest? This is the argument. Is he the greatest Olympian of all time, or is he the greatest Olympian of this generation?
I would say this generation.
And so do you agree with me with the argument of Jesse Owens?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See, here's where I differ. I say that Michael Phelps is the greatest Olympian ever. You look at Jesse Owens, he was revolutionary. In 1932 when he goes to Berlin and he sets multiple world records.
32 or 36?
That was 32.
Was it?
I thought it was 36.
Maybe it was 36.
Because
no,
it was,
36.
Yes, because
right.
it was a couple years before the war.
Yeah, and then so he sets a ton of world records, thinking no one else would ever beat him. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that Michael Phelps had Mark Spitz before him.
That's
who was
right,
the
yes.
greatest swimmer ever.
Yes.
Who was before Jesse Owens in terms that he had to beat the greatest ever? No one.
Yeah.
He set the pace, and then after that you've seen American Olympians and Olympians around the world match his pace and even beat his pace. You look at Michael Phelps, he was in Mark Spitz's shadow the entire time leading up to when he won his first couple gold medals, and then he had to step out of that shadow and carve his own way. Not to mention, of course, he has the medal count.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Jesse Owens paved the way for American greats.
Yes, he was a revolutionary in the overall Olympic aspect.
So to quote a couple weeks ago, he was like the Maurice Richard to Gordie Howe.
Yeah, I would say that.
Because you said Maurice Richard paved the way for Gordie Howe to be Gordie Howe.
Yes.
Jesse Owens paved the way for Mark Spitz to be Mark Spitz.
Right.
You could say?
Yeah.
Similar to that?
I would say so.
Oh, totally, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of arguments. And, I know you say greatest Olympian of all time. Josh says greatest Olympian of this generation. It's pretty tough. I mean, it's like, because you have one who paved the way, you got one who continued it, and you got another one who's also continued it too, which is, Michael Phelps. But I think I would agree with you, Ryan. He is all time because of all the medals he's won. It's just like, it's just amazing. And the guy's part fish. There's no way that this guy's human. It's like he's like the Herculean version of today, but instead he's not half god, he's half fish. So there you go.
Yeah, he's Aquaman.
Yeah. Okay, and another team who has won gold, the United States women's gymnastics team.
Oh man,
unbelievable!
That was
unbelievable team. But it's like I still miss the 2012 team because the reason the Fierce Five because I remember seeing them in the final and I was amazed by those girls, and I think people my age. Maybe Josh, we're the same age. We probably experienced it. I think everyone had a crush on one girl. No, I kid you not. In high school, when I was in football, we had three guys, and we each had our own crush. One of my friends had a crush on Allie Raisman. Mine was Jordan Weber, and another friend, Michaela Maroney.
And two of those names live in Newport Beach.
Kyla Ross and Michaela Maroney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish I ran into her just one day. Just go to Newport and say, "Hey, Michaela, what's up?"
Hey, Mom, I took a picture with the gold medalist.
Yeah, just imagine. Well, actually, Jordan Weber's in L.A. right now because she's at UCLA.
Right.
Yeah, so she's in SoCal. But
you look at all the Olympians overall. I mean, the men's water polo team, there's only one person who grew up outside of Southern California and trained outside of Southern California. One guy.
Well, have you noticed though? Like, I was actually read this morning because I was looking at local Olympians.
Yeah,
they talk about who the local Olympians are, and I'm glad I brought in the newspaper. I bring the newspaper in every time we have this show, and we never use it to our advantage.
Time out.
What?
We have a newspaper here?
Yeah,
we have a newspaper.
No, I've always brought it. We just never had to refer to it because we just have other stuff to talk about, but. Yeah, looking at the Orange County athletes that are on the team, Newport, the water polo, McQuinn Barron from Tustin, Brett Bonani, Huntington Beach, Luca Cupido, Newport Harbor.
Caputo.
Is it Caputo?
Caputo.
Okay, Caputo, Newport Harbor. John Mann, Newport Beach. Josh Samuels, Villa Park.
Yep.
I mean, and then also looking at other teams too. Whoever is in the water comes from California.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the beach, like beach volleyball, comes from California.
Yep.
It just it's pretty obvious.
Well, the weather. I mean, Manhattan Beach, Newport Beach, Corona Del Mar. You can't exactly beat that very easily.
Yeah, and then we have one Inland Empire athlete on the basketball team, Diana Taurasi from Chino Don Lugo High. But I know it's IE, but
she came by way of Arizona.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean,
I have issues with Diana Taurasi going to Arizona.
Hey, I'm just glad to see Californians, Orange County natives, in the Olympics. I mean, Klay Thompson, of course, with the basketball team, which is a perfect transition because now let's talk. Well, actually, do we have any more talks on the Olympic gymnastics team? Because I mean. Now, I kind of want to compare 2012 to this year, but obviously 2016 was better because they just demolished everybody. Yeah. Because you look at the 2012 team, it was Russia versus USA nose to nose going into the
no contest.
Yeah, this was no contest.
But the thing is, you can't really compare versus competitors because some years you'll have a weaker field overall. It all depends on what your overall score is as a team. So, and you compare the 2012 and 2016 teams, it's easily 2016 as they almost set a world record for total amount beating the next closest team, beating the silver medalist. Mm-hmm. So it's the 2016 over the 2012 team any day.
Well, because the overall score, of course.
Yeah, overall score. And then you also see, star power. Aly Raisman was the overall gold medalist in 2012. Then you have Simone.
Gabby.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Gabby Douglas was overall,
the overall, yeah.
2012, and then in the floor, it was Aly Raisman.
Yeah, but Aly's the oldest, and Aly's the leader because she was the leader even in 2012. She was looking back at the highlights or looking at the videos. They're on YouTube actually, and seeing how much of a leader she was. And then to her come back this year to step up even more because she's a returner. And then Gabby also was number 2 in line, just letting the girls know it's like, hey, we meant business 4 years ago. We mean business now.
Then you have possibly the greatest in the world in Simone Biles. Mm-hmm. And right now she is projected to be the greatest gymnast in history. And she's already almost at her peak.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's only 16.
Yeah. So we'll probably see her 2020.
There's no probably. We'll see her in Tokyo.
Okay, all right. She's got to stay healthy because
of course.
That's what happened to Michaela Maroney. She could have come back this year, but she had health issues. She still had that bad ankle that didn't heal. Jordan Weber, I think she had a bad leg too. She tried to come back at UCLA, but she didn't make it. She was actually the team manager.
Yeah. And
then she actually said that she couldn't focus on studies and gymnastics at the same time. It was too tough for her because it's UCLA.
Yeah. Well,
you're at a university. it's pretty tough. And
not just any university. You're at UCLA.
Yeah.
One of the better scholastic, universities in the nation.
Yeah. I remember intercollegiate sports in general, it's just hard on the athletes.
Yeah.
You got to wake up early,
do
your practices, get to your class, maybe do some weight training and film study, and then you got to do another mandatory meeting.
Or how about this? Study hall.
Exactly.
You got study hall too, because there's some universities that mandatory study hall, even in the community college.
We're sitting in Fullerton College, and Coach Tim Burns of the Fullerton College football team mandates that his team go to study hall.
And how do you think at the end of the season everyone's eligible to play?
Absolutely.
And that's what you need. And that's what the universities do all the time too. I mean, according to Blake Griffin, they cheat their way through school. Did you watch that stand-up? That was a funny stand-up.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't side-splitting, but, there are a couple chuckles there. But in the words of Cardale Jones, I ain't here to play school.
Exactly. No, he has a point. Okay, so there's gymnastics. Now let's go to everybody in America is more stoked about this. The basketball team. Of course, we talked about it for the last 2 weeks. But yesterday, they played Australia, trailed at the half by 5 points for the first time since, and I have the dates, August 27th, 2004 against Argentina. That was the bronze medal year.
Bruh.
That was the last time the that USA trailed at the half before yesterday. Now, should USA be worried after their performance against Australia, or was just Australia that tough team that they faced?
Australia was definitely a tough team, but I think it was a good wake-up call for USA that any team can get a lead on us, you know?
Well, hey, how about 4 years ago? We all Spain almost came back on us.
Definitely. It's just a wake-up call.
Yeah, and speaking of Spain, how about this? Brazil upset Spain on Tuesday or Monday?
I think it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
I watched that game. That was
I did too.
Good game.
And in Brazil, that's big. And two, it is bigger, not only because it was in Brazil, but Spain was the favorite to win that poll. Who knows? Maybe Spain is... Maybe that was a wake-up call, too.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, any game, whether you lose or you trail at the half or it's a close game, it's a wake-up call.
Well, you're talking about, like, the best players, some of the best players in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
You can't... It's just almost like, oh, my goodness, we could actually lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually kind of surprising for them and us.
Yeah. So, but Spain still has a chance to go to the final. Like, oh, wait. How are they out of it?
They're done. The reason why is because they're sitting at 0-2. No points in group play so far. Oh. They still have a couple more games to go.
Oh, I didn't know Spain was 0-2.
Yeah, they're 0-2.
Okay, all I know is that loss to Brazil.
They lost to Brazil, and then they lost to, I want to say it was Australia. I may be wrong on that.
But no, because they're not in the same group.
Right,
Australia is
okay.
with, yeah.
But, yeah, I know for sure that they lost their first two games, and Spain has just looked horrible. They're 0-2. They still got a couple more games to go in group play, but they're not going to catch up to anyone else in their group, and they have to hold the tiebreaker on anyone else that they would end up tying with. And right now, sitting at 0-2, they don't have that.
Okay.
Losing to Brazil, and then let me check out who
USA now has to worry about. Who should they worry about since Spain is out of the picture? Would it be Brazil?
Definitely, yeah. Brazil, I think, is a good worry because you're also playing in their home court and their home turf, and the crowd's with Brazil.
Oh, of course, yeah. And then USA supposedly we're the villain everywhere we go.
We always have a target on our back.
Well, because even the women's soccer team has also had a target on their back too, because I forget who was getting interviewed, but I think Alex Morgan got interviewed. They said, "How does it feel being what do you think it is being the villain of the Olympics?" I'm glad she didn't answer that question, because first off, who asked that question? You don't ask anybody how does it feel to be the villain. That's like asking Kevin Durant, "Hey Kevin Durant, how does it feel being the villain of the NBA?" You don't ask that question. You don't. It's just it's like I don't know. It's just like asking somebody, "How's it feel being in prison?" You don't ask that question.
Well, then again, some Brazilians still have some resentment toward the USA women's national soccer team over in the World Cup.
And it was Croatia.
Croatia?
Who beat Spain in the first game.
It was Croatia?
72-70.
Wow.
Croatia.
It had to be a European team.
Hey. They played by FIBA rules,
No, I know. Yeah. But yeah, the USA team, that was a scary game. I mean, I remember when they trailed at the half. At first, I was a little worried, but at the same time, I said, second half, it's a whole different story. Because everything changes when you get to second half in any sport that has halves, or even in hockey, periods. Yeah. First period, you may be slow. Second period, you may be fast. Third period, you either burned out or you keep the ball rolling.
Puck.
Or puck. I'm sorry, puck rolling.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, no.
I'm the one with the King's jersey on.
Well, I'm just going through the cliche, keep the ball rolling. I'm so used to that.
Speaking of cliches, have you guys heard any of the rowing competitions?
I actually watched I think it was
actually, no, I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
I've seen one or two maybe.
Too many cliches. I counted 28 cliches delivered in a 5-minute period. Practice makes perfect.
Ding.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
Ding.
Hard work pays off.
Ding.
Yeah, it was just throw it,
ding, ding,
grabbing
ding,
the little
ding,
time, little tally and just
Okay, he said that. Did you get a list of all the cliches possible? I'm like, okay,
no.
He said that. Okay, I've seen that. Yep, he said it.
See, I had a bingo card out with all the sports
Yeah.
cliches.
Yes.
Did you
By the
black out?
time that I ended, Grandma was not happy. I took the 2 pennies.
Actually, I had the volume lowered for those matches. I was like, dang, that's close. I didn't realize there was a bunch of cliches.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It was not good.
Yeah. Okay. So, any more Olympic talks? You guys got anything else to add, or are we good on that?
No, I think we are good on that.
All right. And Ryan, as always,
We are going to go into a game.
last one of the summer.
Yes, and it's as is tradition, it's going to be a top 10 list.
Bruh.
And since we are going to be going into the NFL season, what better way to start the National Football League than a top 10 list for the National Football League?
Totally.
Can you guys name me the top 10 rushers in NFL history in terms of total yards?
Okay. Oh, total yards. So not
Total yards.
So wait, total rushing or total offense?
rushing.
And
Okay.
we're just clarifying it's running backs, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
just
okay.
running backs.
Okay. So Emmett Smith.
That's number 1.
Yeah. Curtis
Marshawn Lynch.
No, not Marshawn. Curtis Martin.
Number 4.
All right. Jim Brown.
Jim Brown is number 9. So
All
you guys
right.
got 3 already.
Okay. Walter Payton.
Walton Payton, number 2.
You get sweetness.
Interesting.
Hey.
So wait, how many is that? 4? Okay.
Or definitely.
Let's see.
Come on, Josh. You got this.
Damian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson at number 5.
I figured, yeah. He's got to be in there. Good job, Josh.
Damn it.
Let's see. Man, you really have to think, especially.
You really have to think.
Are there any pre-Super Bowl era?
There are no pre-Super Bowl era.
Besides Jim Brown. 'Cause
Besides
Jim Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the top 10, no.
Okay,
Not even in the top 20.
Okay, because Jim Brown was pre-Super Bowl.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Bro, you're making me work too hard for
I don't know.
this.
Terrell Davis.
No.
Okay, no. I mean, that's for the Broncos' sake.
Yeah.
Man, this is harder.
In fact, I'll even go to a former Ram.
Oh, Marshall. No, wait. Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson, number 7.
Okay.
There's another Ram on the list.
Is it Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk, number
Okay.
10. And there's another former Ram on the list, but that's not the team that he's most recognized with.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so he's a former Ram.
He's a former Ram. He started his career on the Rams and then ended up going to another team, won a Super Bowl with them, and he is most notable with them. He only played, 3 years with the Rams, and the first 2 were actually here in Los Angeles. Well, I mean, technically Anaheim.
Yeah. Okay, so this was before the 1994 move or 95 move. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he played 1 year as a St. Louis Ram and then 2 years as a Anaheim/Los Angeles Ram, playing in Angel Stadium.
That's even tougher.
Rushed for 1,400 yards in his first season and 1,025 yards in his second season.
I thought we already said Eric Dickerson.
No,
it's not.
no,
It's not Eric Dickerson. No.
Bo Jackson?
No, it wasn't.
No.
But
Dang
Bo's
it.
not in there. I know Bo's not in the top 5.
No.
We're only missing 3.
We are only missing 3.
We're only missing 3. Oh my gosh. A former Ram, but he's not known by
Former
it.
Ram.
That's just
He was sent in a 3-player package to the second team that he would play for. He ended up playing for them from 1995 to 2005. He was with them for 11 years.
Hey, I was born in 95.
Hey, there you go.
and he but
Disappointing
he's a champion. He was a Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion.
But wait, did he win with the Rams though?
He did not win with the Rams.
Okay, so that
He
'cause-
started his career in
No,
93
I know.
and ended in 05.
All right, so he's a Super Bowl champion. So we got to think about who was he a Packer?
He was not a Packer.
Was he a Patriot?
Was he a cow? No, he wasn't a Cowboy
No.
because that was Emmett.
No.
No?
Here's the thing. If I give away the team, it becomes extremely obvious.
Okay, I know. That's why we're still thinking. Like,
that's why you're seeing smoke coming out of our brains.
Yeah, I know, right?
Through the headphones, you're just seeing the smoke.
Yeah. So, oh my, and you gotta think Super Bowl champion.
Super Bowl champion.
Was he a champion in the 90s?
He was not.
In the 2000s?
2000s.
So he was
the end of his
So he was
career.
a Patriot.
He was not a Patriot.
So this is
Jerome Bettis.
Yes, Jerome Bettis.
The bus.
At number 6.
The bus, yeah. The bus stopped in Detroit. That's what it was. It's no, that's what he said.
Yeah.
The bus makes his last stop in Detroit in Super Bowl 40.
Yep.
Yeah, the NFL was rigged that year.
Oh, hey, I was rooting for Seattle. I've always liked the Seahawks. They're my second favorite team. You know, I love the Texans.
Yeah,
they're number 1, and then next closest is Seattle. It's not even technically that close, but you know, number 2 is Seattle. I liked them back when they had Sean Alexander, Matt Hasselbeck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before we go on, Vincent, I'm about to play you the world's smallest violin for you.
Why?
Because you were like, oh, that year the NFL's rigged.
Okay.
I'm going to play the world's smallest violin.
So we got 2 more left.
You got 2 more. One is extremely obvious, and then the other a little bit more mired.
Are they? Is one of them a Hall of Famer? Or are they both Hall of Famers?
Both of them are Hall of Famers. I got to check on the other guy.
But
goodness. One is a no doubt Hall of Famer. Yeah, and then the other, not so sure. Possibly.
Wow. Oh, jeez, man.
Vincent, you better not be cheating over there.
No, I'm not cheating. No, I'm getting my standings ready for the NFL. No, man. No Patriots are on the list.
Is Sean Alexander on the list?
Sean Alexander is not on the list.
He had one good year, though.
True. And then the Madden curse.
Yeah.
And then the Madden curse.
It was 2005. He had 28 touchdowns.
So both of these guys are former Heisman Trophy winners. The oldest of which started his career in 72, ended in 78. Actually, started his career in 77 and ended in 1988. He is a 3-time first-team All-American, also won the Walter Camp Award. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler, AP first-team All-Pro in 1981, and a 2-time AP second-team All-Pro in 82 and 83. He did not finish his career on the team that he was most notable for.
Well, okay.
Chris Johnson?
No.
Dang it.
In fact, he ended his career in Denver, but he only averaged a little over 4.3
Chris Johnson
yards
was
per game.
not Chris Johnson was not a Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Dang it, Chris Johnson.
And wow,
he is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I didn't know the Broncos had a former Heisman Trophy winner at the end of their
They
career.
did. They absolutely did. In fact, he was the running back for John Elway that one season, but didn't do as well as he would have liked.
Oh my gosh. Not Herschel Walker, obviously.
It is not Herschel Walker.
Because he had and it's not Archie Griffin.
No.
A former Heisman Trophy winner. It's like that makes it tougher. Man, but he didn't finish with. Man, now we got to know who he started with.
Who he started with? Okay, I'll give you the team.
Are you sure? Okay.
All right.
Dallas.
Oh, Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett.
Okay.
And the other one is so obvious that I'm not going to give you any team clues whatsoever.
Can we give us a number, what he wore, at least?
No, that's too easy.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, he is the only. I'm pretty sure he's the only Hall of Famer that you would even recognize with his number.
Oh my, no. No. I hope we have enough time so we could talk about the standings.
Oh no, we're going to have enough time.
Okay,
Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm just relishing in the fact that you guys are here stumped. 10-time Pro Bowler, 6-time first team All-Pro, 89 through 91, 94, 95, 97. 4-time second-team All-Pro, 92, 93, 96, and 98. He was the NFL's most valuable player, second or two-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year award in 94 and 97. He was a four-time NFL rushing yards leader, 90, 94, 96, 97. The NFL's touchdown leader in the early 90s. And was also an NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year Heisman Trophy in the late 80s. His number is retired with his team. Mm-hmm. And he is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Averaged 5.0 yards per game. Ended with 99 rushing touchdowns overall and 15,269 rushing yards.
Bruh.
He is only one of 6 people to be have their number retired by his team.
He wasn't a Cowboy, okay?
No, he was not a Cowboy. And some argue that he may have been the greatest of all time as a running back, but may have retired just a tad early.
Bruh. Dang it. The name's escaping me.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
okay,
goodness.
so was he a Viking?
No, he was a
Detroit Lion.
Was he? Barry Sanders.
There you go.
Yes,
oh my
Barry
God.
Sanders.
High five. Teamwork. That's teamwork right there, guys.
If he said the little man, we would have got it too.
Of course.
Okay,
That's
know,
why.
yeah.
Number 20. Who else would you associate number 20 with?
Brian Dawkins.
Oh, come on. Nobody's. You say the NFL number 20, you go Barry Sanders.
Well, he's on
the Madden cover.
That's a Corey Nalen joke right there.
Oh,
because Corey would say something like that.
Yeah, he'll be like Brian Dawkins. He'll send you back
no.
to
This is what he would say. What does 55 remind you of? Derek Brooks. No, Junior Seau.
That reminds me of Junior Seau.
Exactly, but he says Derek Brooks.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Bro.
No.
Yeah, Corey Nalen says Derek Brooks because he's
Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah,
Derek Brooks?
He's part Buccaneer.
No, he's Raiders.
Well, he's both.
All the way Raiders.
Well, now he changed.
He's all the way Raiders. He still has nightmares about that 2002 Super Bowl. Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense.
It's funny you bring that up because yesterday I was at Disneyland with a friend.
Yeah.
And he was a Raider fan. I said, "What was your reaction that year?" He said, "I cried." He's like, "Yeah, but you were how old? 7? Okay, it makes sense."
Yeah.
By the way, have you guys ever cried about any sporting events?
I don't want to admit this one.
It's okay to admit.
I am willing to admit that I definitely cried over sporting events. 2015, the Kings didn't make the playoffs for the first time since 2009, and it was just like the realization of, oh my gosh, this team actually won a Stanley Cup. Mm-hmm. The run is over.
Yeah.
We won 2 Stanley Cups after, for me, my suffering is, relatively short term. Mm-hmm. As I've been a Kings fan for all 19 years of my life.
Yeah.
But for other people, it's like 45 years. And then you endure jokes. Mm-hmm. You endure, the torture of seeing the Anaheim Ducks win their first Stanley Cup before the Kings do. And it's just like that realization of, oh my gosh, we actually won 2 Stanley Cups. Mm-hmm. And then they didn't make the playoffs in 2015. And it just like overwhelmed me with emotion.
Mine was the national championship between USC and the Texans.
Whoa, time out. That was yours?
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody, yes.
Yeah, I
cried. I know, me too.
I cried tears of joy.
Right when Vince Young crossed the goal line, I said, it's over. And I hit the ground, and my mom's telling me, it's just a game. I said, you don't know the importance of this game. But it didn't matter because we would have got sanctioned anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But
USC,
still, it's like 10 years or whatever, like 8-9 years later, and then
actually it has been over 10.
Yeah,
back in January.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
over 10 years, and it's just at that time though, it's like, oh my god, especially since that game, how close it was.
Yes,
remember how close it was? Imagine if you were like a Seattle Seahawks fan during Super Bowl 49.
Yeah,
that interception.
Yeah,
and then
Pete Carroll screwed up twice in his career. No, because remember he went for it on 4th down. On 4th and inches with Lendale White.
Yeah.
And then he goes for it for the pass. Are you seriously playing that? You're serious?
Kind of another sporting moment, even though it's not a real sport, was when The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania.
It's
still a moment.
Okay.
It still brings sadness to my heart.
That's like crying over a movie.
It's still real to me.
The result is already fixed.
I know, but still.
Yeah, or I don't.
It's still real to me. At least that part. It seemed real for like 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see everyone's reaction?
Yeah.
It was like the most real thing ever.
Well, I had a little brother. No, but my little brother at one point, what was it, WrestleMania 3 years ago, where Sheamus just came out and within 7 seconds,
dropped out Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
That was when my little brother cried. He was like, "It just started, and it's over."
Okay, so now let's move over to
Vince
what's
Young
starting.
is my hero.
Stop it.
You better not say Brock Lesnar's your hero.
Oh no,
no, it's not.
I don't like WWE. I can't stand it.
Okay, now let's get to what's coming up in our last topic of the summer, the NFL. So the NFL the preseason is about to start this weekend. Actually, tomorrow to be specific.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So
no, isn't there?
I think
games
tonight. Yeah, there's a game. I think there's a game tonight because I know Raiders and Cardinals are tomorrow because my friend's been raving about it.
The Rams are Saturday, right?
The Rams are Saturday
on ABC.
I believe
we
so.
get to see them on ABC because they're in the LA market.
Wait, ABC or CBS?
ABC.
Is it ABC?
They've been promoting.
We get Channel 7.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So all right, so we're gonna.
And I say this is good because again, I don't have cable.
Oh, okay.
So I can hold the rabbit ear antenna and be like, all right, I get to watch football.
But you gotta stand in one place though. It's like, what's going on, guys?
Hey, don't sneeze. That's all I'm saying. Don't sneeze.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go by each division and we're going to make our predictions on who we think is the team to beat or who's going to be the surprise team of the division, who's going to be the favorite, who do you think is going to take it, basically.
All right, let's do it.
So AFC East, even though Tom Brady's out for 4 games, will the Patriots still make it to the playoffs?
Yes.
Here's what I think. Here's my prediction. The Patriots will go. So yeah, the Patriots. I think the Patriots will go 0-4 because Jimmy Garoppolo. Really, it's one of those names. It's just like you. I don't know. Kind of like when Matt Castle. Well, Matt Castle had a successful,
definitely,
year too, even though they didn't make the playoffs. So, I mean, you could give Jimmy Garoppolo a chance, at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had much playing time yet, but he is getting first-team reps. And then you still have that same receiving core with the Patriots.
Okay.
So that's going to help him out a lot, especially with Gronkowski being the tight end.
But he's got to stay healthy, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Rob Gronkowski is the most banged-up guy, in the NFL. He's had, knee
surgery.
Ankle.
Yeah,
elbow.
I think forearm, too.
I think, forearm was the forearm, yeah. That guy's a machine. Seriously.
When he is healthy, he is a machine.
No, but he's a machine because, he just, he gets hurt, but he plays with it. He's just, all you got to do is just fix him up, and he's okay. It's not like, guys, they get fixed up. It's like, okay, it's going to take you about 6 months to recover. And then he's like, no, it takes me about a week to recover. The guy
at least Jimmy Garoppolo has a better name than Michael Human.
Yeah. Was the third string?
Humana Wanui?
Is he the third string?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, no. Yeah.
Humana Wanui.
Garoppolo Nation, let's go.
Please, Humana Wanui.
Yeah, I think it's, the Patriots are the Patriots, even without Brady. But
see, I think Garoppolo has a chance to be able to step in there and at least provide them with a 3-1 record. One, they'll just escape because of the defense, not because of what Garoppolo does, but because of the defense. And then once Brady comes in, it's going to be Brady week.
Yes.
And so he's going to lead them at least to a 12-4 record.
All right, and what about any surprises
the Buffalo
Bills?
The Buffalo Bills. They have Tyrod Taylor returning. They also have a very young offensive staff. If you think about it, the problem is, you said it earlier, the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Rex Ryan is a defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to be able to shore up his defense, and unfortunately they let go of Mario Williams.
Yeah. And they still have LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, they still
which is the veteran. You got that veteran leadership.
And an elite rusher if he's on his game.
If he's on, exactly. If he's on his game. All right, so maybe you see the Bills, but they're not a wild card team.
No, the Bills.
There's no way there's a wild card team.
Yeah, at best they'll go 9-7.
Okay, that's
a
reasonable.
Situation.
Yeah, and then the Patriots go 12-4. They probably would get. Would they get the number 1 seed though?
Maybe not.
Okay, well,
I doubt that.
We'll figure out later on.
Yeah.
Maybe the team in the AFC North will probably get that number 1 seed, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Pittsburgh has a chance.
Pittsburgh is the elite AFC team right now.
This year.
Because
last year it was not so much.
No.
But this year.
Well, because Ben Roethlisberger was on and off with injuries, and the only guy they had was and who
actually. Here's the thing.
Antonio Brown was the only juggernaut.
Whether or not Le'Veon Bell is suspended, that'll tell you whether or not the Pittsburgh Steelers are able to get that number 1 overall seed. That is
true, yeah, with Le'Veon Bell too.
If Le'Veon Bell is suspended, they're going.
Well, was he's suspended for 4 games, right?
Yeah, 4 games.
If the suspension is retained, then he is suspended for 4 games.
Okay, because he's suspended for the season right now, or is he just? Or is it
no,
4?
No, it's
4
games.
Okay, it's 4 games. Okay. All right, but
Josh Gordon is the one who is suspended for the season.
That's right. Yes,
and
Josh
then
Gordon.
He just got reinstated.
That's right. Okay, let's see. What about the Bengals? I have a feeling the Bengals this year. I think last year was just they're there and that's it. Like they made a statement. Well, they've been making statements for 4 years already.
Yeah.
0-4 in the first round.
Yeah, I mean they played the wild card weekend against the Jets, and Mark Sanchez beat them. Then they played wild card weekend against the Texans, and my Texans beat them. Then again against the Texans, and T.J. Yates beat them. And then last year they go down in the first round once again. They need to be able to get past the first round this time because A.J. Green is starting to get into the prime of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Dalton, you could argue that he's getting towards the end of the prime of his career.
Mm-hmm.
They have hooked up for the 4th most yards in history to start off their careers.
Yeah.
They need to be able to get somewhere, at least to the second round. If they don't, then you may see the Bengals management start to blow up part of the team.
Okay.
Not necessarily Dalton and Green because they're the cornerstones.
Will the Bengals be a wild card team? Are they a wild card team?
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
Definitely.
Okay, so
you got to also think that
they
they'll mature too. If you remember in their playoff game
last year,
yes, they showed signs of immaturity
towards
the end of the game.
Pac-Man Jones and who is it?
Well, Pac-Man Jones is
Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, he's always.
But who was it?
Immature.
Was it Vontae or Vontez? The one who put the hit on Antonio Brown.
Vontez?
Was it Vontez?
I
forget
Vontez.
the name. Yeah.
Head-to-head contact.
Yeah. That's immaturity there too, and that's what got into field goal range, and then that's what took the Steelers to the next round.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're right, Josh. That's what the Bengals have to work on is their immaturity. I mean, yeah, they have the
talent.
They have the talent, but do they have the mental breakdown? Like that's the thing. Ravens, they're going downhill, and the Browns are the Browns.
Hey, if RG3 can have even a mediocre season, it will be an improvement over everything else.
He does have a good coach in Hugh. Is it Hugh Jackson or I forget?
Hugh Jackson.
The
Wolverine is just
he's appearing everywhere.
I forget who the head coach is. It's but he used to be a Patriots coach.
Yeah, he was. Was it the offensive coordinator?
He was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
But RG3, could have a shot with him, so we'll wait and see.
Not to mention he now has Josh Gordon.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
Electric wide receiver.
Yeah.
Let's see if he could go back to that rookie season, too, where he was just dominant.
Rookie and sophomore
season.
He led, didn't he lead in receiving in the sophomore season, and then the rookie season,
I thought he was hurt
sophomore season. He was hurt.
No, he was out sophomore season.
That's right. Yeah.
It was his rookie season because remember he got hurt.
Yeah, towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and he had a brace that almost covers his entire leg.
Yeah, and then he gets injured against Seattle.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see. But sorry, count Cleveland out.
Yeah.
Okay. AFC South.
Yeah, the Texans go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl.
They're not going to go 16-0.
I'm joking.
Okay, I say the Texans will make the playoffs. They have J.J. Watt, Brian Cushing, one of the two juggernauts on the defense.
Brock Osweiler.
That's your 2 words right there?
No, he's not. I mean, he's not going to turn into Tom Brady.
No, he's not
going to be
Brady.
realistic about, my team's chances. But at least he'll be a stable quarterback, something that we haven't had since Matt Schaub, 2012?
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time that Schaub was able to do something with the Texans, and that was the year that he got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like the Texans need a stable quarterback, and perhaps if they can keep people out of the backfield, the Texans' front line, especially since they no longer have Myers. They also need Dwayne Brown to be able to come back, and he's a maybe since he tore his ACL in the playoff game. Actually, the week before the playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they can only go up from that playoff game, right?
Yeah.
But shut out 35-0.
But they lose Arian Foster, which was a big blow too.
That's cutting dead weight.
Too.
That is cutting dead weight.
Yeah.
Is he on the PUP list too, the PUP list?
Yes, he's going to start off on the physically unable to perform list. He'll be out into week 8.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah, if you enter the season on the PUP list, you're gone to week 8.
Yikes.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, before we go, Ryan, with your little 16-0 fantasy, here's what you could do. Take out Madden 17 from PS4, Xbox 360.
Okay.
Xbox One, not 360.
Oh.
We're talking about take Madden out and then turn off the PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to take it off of rookie mode?
Yes.
Go on all pro.
Man, now we go 4-12.
Don't put it on the even my team. Oh, the Texans are at a 79 rating and the Patriots are like at a 90 rating. Let's even those ratings out.
Yeah, I know, right?
You mean I can't use fantasy drafts?
No.
In Madden?
No.
Okay.
Okay. But wait, where are the Colts? Because
the Colts slot in at 2.
Okay.
Because
will they be wild card though?
They're gonna have to be wild card.
Is it Bengals Colts? It probably Bengals Colts wild card.
Probably because they're going to have to be wild card to be able to get into the playoffs. You look at Tennessee; they have Marcus Mariota. Name someone else on that team. No one. You look at Jacksonville, Blake Bortles. Name someone else on that team. Maybe Denard Robinson? No. So you look at the Colts, and it's either the Texans and the Colts. And then the Colts, they have Andrew Luck coming back still banged up.
Yeah, he's not 100%.
He's still not 100%. It was a long off season, and he's still not healed up. They just let go of Andre Johnson. That's the Tennessee Titans. That's the other guy other than Marcus Mariota. Watch for him to have a good season with Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Because Andre loves to be catching those balls within 10 to 20 yards, and that's where Mariota's sweet spot is. The thing is that the Colts' defense isn't as good as it used to be. Offense is what they relied on, and they relied on the arm of Andrew Luck. And right now he's still banged up. If he's banged up for the first 4 weeks, or at least even the first 3 weeks, and they don't get off to a good jump, then the Texans take the division easily.
All right. AFC West. This one's pretty tough because the Broncos are the defending champions, and everyone's saying, as a Bronco fan, I mean, of course I'm going to root for them, but at the same time, they always say, like analysts and talk show hosts, and they say that they don't have the quarterback. Yeah, there's 3 quarterbacks that are competing, and it's Mark Sanchez's spot to lose. But let me tell you something. We had Peyton Manning last year. The Denver Broncos had Peyton Manning, and Brock Osweiler was a backup. But what really won the season and the Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos? The Denver defense led by Wade Phillips. So this defense, it's the same exact defense. There's no changes. The only loss they got was 2. There was 2. Malik Jackson and Danny Trevathan. Those are the only 2 teams, or only 2 players that have left the Bronco defense. But look who they got. You got the secondary, the no-fly zone secondary with Aqib Talib, Chris Harris Jr., Darian Stewart, T.J. Bossward, and Bradley Roby, who had I think one of the best sophomore seasons last year. You know, because he was clutch in the playoffs against Pittsburgh. He helped out that win in Week 2 against the Chiefs, getting that fumble recovery. And I think Trevathan or Marshall got the fumble. Oh, and then, Brandon Marshall coming back too for the Broncos. I think the only way the Broncos are going to get back to the playoffs, they're not going to be Super Bowl champions. They're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm calling it right now. As a Bronco fan, they're not going back to back. I know. They'll make the playoffs if their defense can protect leads for the offense. Because, it's Mark Sanchez. I know he makes stupid mistakes, and it's Mark Sanchez. Nobody likes him. But at the same time, he does have a good running game. He's got C.J. Anderson. He's got Ronnie Hillman coming back. He re-signed. And then we got that draft pick from Utah. So we have the running game, and that's what the Broncos are going to have to focus on. The Broncos want to go big on offense. Gary Kubiak's going to have to use that running game more than the passing game.
Kubiak.
You miss
Talk
him too?
about not doing anything.
But I hear this. The Raiders are a threat. The Raiders are a surprise team.
Well, Khalil Mack all of a sudden has become the leader of that defense. And we're seeing the big smile on
Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin,
of course.
Coming from the Seattle defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the offense with Amari Cooper and then Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr is just...
He is Derek Carr.
Yeah, he's Derek Carr. I mean, okay.
David Carr.
Oh,
my gosh. It gets worse and worse.
Yeah, the Raiders, it sounds like a surprise, but here's what I think the threat is. Kansas City Chiefs. After going 10 wins in a row last year to finish the season, was it 10 in a row? It was either 10,
I want to say it was
10 or 12, somewhere around there, yeah.
It was 10.
It was 10, yeah. Going 10 in a row to end the season, you're a threat. Because, and Andy Reid, come on.
And a playoff game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Can we stop talking about the Texans?
No.
It's okay.
At least Josh isn't getting.
Here's a tissue for you.
At least Josh isn't getting bigger about the AFC Championship game. 2-point conversion. And
just had to bring that up.
And Gostkowski missed the field goal. Okay. All right.
Okay. Shots have been called. We got
AFC.
We got a rapid fire NFC.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're down to 3 minutes. Sir.
I know.
All right.
Well, we could go a little extra because it's the last show.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little bit, but not too much.
We'll go 30 minutes more. Let's do it.
Maybe.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Okay.
Break.
All right. Okay. NFC East. This is a really tough decision because the NFC East is not as elite as how it used to be.
Oh, when was that's the thing. You have to go back
2007.
2008.
No, 2007. You know why?
2007.
Because in 2007 there were 3 teams in the East that made it. They were the Cowboys, the number 1, then it was the Giants and the Redskins.
Right.
But the Redskins had Sean Taylor inspiration. So that's how they got into the playoffs because Sean Taylor died that year. And, when you have an emotional season...
They also had Antoine Randall L., who was having a great season for them at the time.
Yeah. And I forgot who started. There was some... Was it Terry Collins or something? No, wait, not Terry Collins. Or Kerry Collins. I don't know.
It was Kerry Collins in a backfield with... the other
Clinton
guy...
Portis.
They had Clinton Portis as the running back. But their quarterback, he also played for the Browns.
Jason Campbell.
Yes, yeah. Jason Campbell.
He was a starter, and he got hurt, and then Collins backed him up.
Correct.
Yeah, and Collins took him into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Talk about Raiders quarterback.
And you know what? I think the Redskins will take this division. Kirk Cousins, you like that? He's going to like that. When you have a quarterback with that mentality, Deshaun Jackson as a receiver. But also, this name gets me too.
Josh Norman.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
When I heard Josh Norman went to the Redskins, there was 2 things on my mind. One, they'll get the division because they have one of the best corners in the game. Not the best, but one of the best. And number 2, Norman versus OBJ for 2 games.
See, here's the thing. Josh Norman going to the Redskins, that's good. If he was just going to be a player.
Okay.
Did you just hear what he did in the past week?
No.
He has officially signed with a New York media company. He is going to be a news reporter for sports in the middle of the football season.
Who does that?
What?
Well, I mean, it's happened last year. Who was it? I can't think of his name. Brandon Marshall did it.
That's right, yeah.
He did it last year as well. But
for CBS.
For CBS. But the thing is that Josh Norman isn't Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall has been in the league for, close to 10, 11 years now?
Yeah.
He played for the Bears. He played for the Broncos. He's played for the Dolphins. He's played for the Jets now. He's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He has that luxury. Josh Norman has been in the league for 4 years.
Yep.
He needs to be able to get into his prime. Are the New York Lights going to get to him? Is the focusing on the media and the news reporting and the sports, is that going to get to him?
Who knows?
Is he going to be too focused on giving the scoop rather than picking the scoop?
Yeah. Okay. That's wow. I didn't hear about that. That's what's interesting too. I mean, but I still think the Redskins will take the division. I mean,
he also says he's going to have his own podcast.
Oh, God.
What's he going to talk about?
Why can't he just focus on OBJ and that's it?
I wonder if that's the focus of the podcast.
Probably.
This is why OBJ ain't nothing. And I'm going to tell you
why.
You know what? Right now.
You know what? I look back.
In Josh Norman voice, it would be, and this is why OBJ is nothing.
You know what? I look back at that game last year. I look back at that Carolina-New York game.
Yeah.
Here, I think what hearing from OBJ's content, Odell Beckham, he said that he made Josh Norman be Josh Norman. But no, he has a point because before last year, I didn't know who Josh Norman was. I didn't know about him until that game, and then I just thought about him like, who is this kid? Mm-hmm. All I knew was OBJ because of that catch. That's the reason why everybody knows Odell Beckham Jr. Plus, he was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, when Josh Norman, I didn't know who he was. He came from Coastal Carolina. They're not known for their football. They're more about their baseball program, and they just won the College World Series this year. But before that, their baseball program would always be in the top 3 or in the top 5. And I didn't know that I didn't even know they had a football program. So to hear Josh Norman coming from there,
East Carolina.
Yeah, East Carolina, right?
Chris Johnson.
Yes, and so to hear Josh Norman coming from there, it's like, well, who is this kid? And then he made that statement against Odell Beckham Jr. in New York, and that's how we found out who he actually was.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You take a look at the schedule. That game was week 13.
Yeah, but you know what? No, he did get a statement against Julio Jones.
Yeah, he had already shut down Julio Jones twice.
But they didn't show that game live.
No, they didn't.
So I never got the chance to see it.
Right. That's the thing about the West Coast is that on the East Coast, they knew Josh Norman. And you also watched NFL Network, and they were saying, hey, the guy to look at is Josh Norman because after the first 8 weeks of the season, he already had like 6 picks or something, and he was the shutdown corner for the Panthers while they were going through their undefeated streak. He was getting notoriety even before that game happened. The reason why it was Odell versus Josh Norman is because he had already made a reputation for himself going into Week 13 against the Giants. So once they got to Week 13, it was OBJ versus Josh Norman.
All right. So is there a wild card team that comes from the East? I don't think so.
No. It has to be the straight division winner.
All right, so that would be one. The Cowboys, the Cowboys, no. They're done. The Giants, they're done, and the Eagles, they're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, NFC North. It's obvious the Packers because they got the easiest schedule. The Packers, no. The Packers are going to be the Panthers of last year, 15-1, and then they either A, get kicked out of the first round, or B, Super Bowl or bust.
See, here's the thing. I do think that they're going to have maybe a 14-2 record.
14-2?
14-2, 13-3. That's going to be their record at the end of the season. However, they're not going to start off with the 10-game unbeaten streak.
Oh, no. They're not going to do that streak.
It all depends on the health of Jordy Nelson once he comes in.
That's right.
To the start of the season. He tore his ACL early in the season last year. That's normally, you don't want to say that an injury is a good thing, but if you're going to have that season-ending injury early in the season before you have a chance. So last year, Jordan Nelson tore his ACL in Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he didn't. Did he play in a game?
No, he never played one game.
It was preseason.
It was the fourth game of preseason. Yes. He tears his ACL. He doesn't play at all. That means that his recovery time is this summer. Mm-hmm. He should be ready by this summer. And normally you'll see a guy go down after like 7 weeks. And then all of a sudden they can't play until close to week 5 or week 6 of the season. He never played. Yeah. So should he come into camp all ready to go, rested up, then they should be just fine.
Okay. Vikings, I say, take the wild card too.
Yeah.
Vikings, because Teddy Bridgewater if he stays healthy, Adrian Peterson if he stays healthy, and doesn't Peterson have a backup running back too?
He's a
white guy.
It used to be
Toby Gerhart.
Toby Gerhart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Toby Gerhart. When he was on his game, he was on his game.
I was at that game when Stanford played USC, and he ran over USC.
I'm not even talking about Stanford. I'm talking about high school, Norco.
Oh, yeah.
See, I lived in the Inland Empire for 8 years. I was there when Toby Gerhart was at Norco going against Centennial, against Corona. When Eleanor Roosevelt, they haven't even started up their football program. Mm-hmm. They said that they were, but they didn't. Going up against Martin Luther King Jr. in Riverside. Just elite programs. Also Santiago in Corona. And he would just mow guys over. He would go for 200, 300 yards a game, just start racking stuff up. And, I mean, just to watch him live in high school, it was like you could feel the power when he was running someone over. And then he, went on to Stanford, came in second in the Heisman voting twice, goes to the Vikings, and where's Toby Gerhart now?
Bagging groceries, maybe?
Yeah, bagging groceries. He's turning into Kurt Warner?
Maybe.
What is this?
Oh, yeah. So Vikings wild card. Vikings wild card, and Packers will take the division.
Yeah.
Because it's easy schedule. That's the one thing. Okay, NFC South. Will the Panthers go back, or will there be a change? Because because the Panthers go back. Because the Falcons, you looked at last year's Falcons team. Starts 5-0, loses the rest of the season. Except, they start 5-0 and 6-10, because they beat the Panthers in week 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And matter.
The Falcons could be a threat. But after seeing last year, I don't think so. After the collapse they had starting 5-0, you kind of look back and
didn't they have a few injuries to the front line, the Falcons?
I think so. I think some of their front line was out.
The big question for the Falcons going into this season is this: is Matt Ryan done?
That's true.
Because if he goes into the season and starts out really slow, they're going to need to start to find answers. They have Julio Jones, who is arguably the best wideout in the game. Mm-hmm. They have a great defense who can shut down opposing offenses. Early on in the season, they were limiting Cam Newton's offense.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you saw the offense for the Falcons go 3 and out. And then the Panthers were able to just take the rest of the game easily. But, if Matt Ryan can't string things together, then they're going to need to look for some options starting next year.
All right, so we all agree the Panthers will take the South, but no wild card team from there.
No.
Because I think the other wild card team is going to hail from the NFC North or NFC West.
Yeah. I think it could.
Yeah, but which one, though? So will the Cardinals go back? I really think so, because their secondary, if Tyrann Mathieu stays healthy in the secondary, watch out for that Cardinal secondary. And they'll take the division. But they're not going to go far in the playoffs because Carson Palmer, really? After seeing that Carolina game, it's like, no. So the Cardinals won't go as far. I mean, I think they'll take the division. And Seattle will stick with the wild card because, they don't have all their guys from their Super Bowl championship team. Byron Maxwell's gone. Bruce Irvin just left this year. I think didn't Malcolm Smith leave too? I don't know if Malcolm Smith left. Malcolm Smith left too. So they are a wild card team. They're not a division team. And plus, Marshawn Lynch is gone. They played better without Marshawn Lynch last year.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it this year.
And then Jimmy Graham was just a no-show.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was, he went from the best tight end in the game and then went in the series of 4 weeks, went from best tight end to third string.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, sup, guys.
But didn't he get hurt, though, too?
Yeah, like, towards he got hurt end of the season.
Yeah, towards the end of the season, but the beginning was, it was just not good.
Yeah. Okay, now, who's the Super Bowl champion?
Super Bowl champion.
I mean, I want to see the Packers win, but I also see the Steelers coming in as the champion, too.
I see two teams. One comes from the Northwest in Seattle, Washington.
You're kidding. You really?
And I see the other team coming from New England.
I would say the Steelers are going to take the Super Bowl. I say it's going to be a black and yellow year this year.
Here's why I say that the Patriots are going to take the AFC championship. Tom Brady's angry. He's really angry. Remember the times that Tom Brady has gone into a week angry. He has blown out opponents. The Texans went in, not to go back to the Texans, but, in 2012, the Texans went into the AFC divisional game against the Patriots, and they said, we have an elite defense. We are the best defense in the National Football League. They came in with Letterman's jackets to the game. Tom Brady was not happy. He said, you leave the talking on the field and let the rest sort itself out. He came out and obliterated the Texans' defense. Whenever Tom Brady is angry, he lets it be known. So I think that they easily take the AFC championship.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be a rematch of 45. Packers versus Pittsburgh, because I do think the Packers have an easy schedule, but they might have what the Panthers experienced last year. You have an easy schedule, you either go 14-2 or 15-1, and then you get to the playoffs, depending on who you face, then you get to the Super Bowl and you face an elite team. That's what I think is going to happen. I would love to see the Broncos go back, because they do have one of the best defenses in the NFL, but there's only one problem. Can the running game improve, or can Mark Sanchez be the old Mark Sanchez when he was with the Jets? That's the issue with the Denver Broncos. So that's why I say in the AFC, Pittsburgh's going to take it. Houston could have a shot with their defense, but can their offense contribute? We just got to wait and see. But as the clock winds down and the summer winding down, I can't believe it's over that quick. We did this back. We started in June, and before we know it, it's already August. And
we started
first week
last
of June.
week of May.
Wow.
No.
What,
We started in June.
Wow, that went quick.
Yeah, because I remember we had graduation, and
that's right, commencement, and
yep. Because Josh and I were graduated, and it was awesome. Yeah,
hey.
You dabbed. That was pretty legit.
Yep, I did dab when I got.
You were the one that was to dab.
Well, actually, no. Somebody before me did.
I guess I didn't see it then. I was in the front row, so I was
okay. Well,
I kind of zoned out.
There was one guy before me, and then I was the second guy, and there was the other guy who did the crisscross.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He did that part too. I wanted to dab so bad, and I did, thankfully, but it's. Tribute to Cam Newton, but
dabbing leads to choking.
Come
on,
hey.
Cam Newton choked, Curry choked.
Yeah, but how about this? Von Miller, though, he did it in the Super Bowl. He did the little head bob, did the dab, and guess what? Super Bowl MVP right there.
Hey.
One of the best linebackers, one of the best pass rushers in the game right now. No. Khalil Mack's the best linebacker in the NFL, but the best pass rusher. As a linebacker, it's Von Miller.
Yeah, but, I want to go back to Josh's statement. Dabbing leads to choking. Did D. Brown choke? In the dunk contest in 1991, the original innovator of the dab, when he went up for the dunk, tucked his head into the crook of his arm and dunked it. Did he choke? No. The answer is no.
But Gerald Green did.
Okay.
Because Gerald Green did it in 2007 in Vegas.
Yep.
I do remember that year. Well, all I got to say for our last words, guys, is I really appreciate this summer. This was a great summer coming in every single week. And we are going to figure out if we can come back during the fall semester, if we can get the opportunities. If not, we may see you in the winter for about a month or so. But we're still going to figure out what we're going to do, and just stay tuned. That's all you got to do. Just stay tuned. And Josh, do you have any last words before we go?
It's actually like a meme of if you saw the Michael Phelps angry face.
Angry face, yeah.
The angry faced Phelps.
Yeah.
It's a meme. It says, "Love won't save you, Padme. Only my swimming can save you."
Okay, that's a good one.
Hold on. I think you want to pause that song because I got a very emotional song for us.
You do?
Yes.
And I leave.
Yeah, we leave.
Okay.
Okay, Ryan, what's your last words?
When one is Paul Walker, do not speed.
Too early, man.
It is too early. But you know what, guys? All I gotta say is I'm glad you had the time to come here.
Oh yeah.
During the summer.
Awesome.
Also, want to give thanks to Drew Miller for coming for a couple times and helping us out. 5 times, yeah. Thank Anthony Martinez, who couldn't make it today, but he is missed right now, and so thank you, Anthony, for joining us in the summer. But we also got to really thank Tracy Thacker.
Oh yeah,
he's the real MVP.
He's the real MVP, yes, because he gave us the opportunity to use the station and to use the equipment here at Fullerton College at 90.1 FM KBPK, and he gave us the opportunity, so we got to give him a lot of thanks to that.
You mind if I throw in a promo here?
Yes.
SportsNetUSA.net, which it runs alongside Fullerton College football. They're going to be covering Fullerton College football and most of the community college football programs here in Southern California, including Golden West College with Rashawn Haylock. Then you also have Randy Ratier up in Northern California with Sacramento City College. Then you also have Corey Nayland and Mark Pavlovich, the voices of Fullerton College football, who will be coming up in a couple of weeks for Fullerton College football on SportsNetUSA.net, in addition to Mount Sac football as well.
All right.
Just these are my real last words. Don't drink and drive, mind your speed limits, and kids, listen to your parents, because if not, you could end up like Ryan Leaf.
Oh my yes, exactly. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the audience for joining us every single Thursday. And don't worry, the videos will still be up, so if you missed a couple shows, you can hear them over again. But
except you won't hear my sexy voice for the majority of them, guys.
No.
Oh jeez. All right. Well, so I'll say the guys from the past that have joined us. For Drew Miller, for Anthony Martinez, Josh Lopez, Ryan Osborn, I am Vincent Garcia, out of the park.